It would appear that we got new Infernoble Knight cards. Don't be the 30% of you that have not smashed the elephant crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And let me tell you, the art for some of these cards looks absolutely amazing. So yes, we did get new Infernoble Knight cards today. So this is the Infernoble Knight Ricardito. I'm not really sure about this, but this is a level 1 Fire Warrior tuner monster. So we are continuing on with the legacy of getting more tuner monsters. You can banish this card from your hand or graveyard. So also summon one level 4 lower fire monster from your hand as a tuner. So this will give you an additional extender for the deck, which is kind of good. On normal or special summon, you target one level 4 lower fire monster in your graveyard, except for Richardette. And special summon, also you can also summon monster rest this turn, except for warrior monsters. That's okay. Note here, Richardito is probably just Richard's brother of Bradamante and Renaud. So that's actually pretty cool. I mean, overall, it gets you a free extension back onto the field, which I think is fine. Also, I mean, 500 attack's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's still something here. Next up here is Tulpan. So this is a level 5, 1400 attack, 1700. You can only use the first effects this card's name once per turn. So if you control a monster equipped with an equipped card, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard, but if it is summoned from the graveyard, banish it when it leaves the field. Okay, that's pretty good. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one warrior monster you control, equip this card to that monster you control. If equipped monsters use a synchro material, you can use it as a tuner. Tulpan is another name for Tulpan from the Roman Catholic bishop of the 8th century of France, who got turned into one of the 12 peers. Okay. My biggest thing, though, here is, as long as you control the equip, you can special summon, you know, oh, actually, I didn't realize it's level 4. They mistyped that. My apologies. It is another extender for the deck that allows you to convert something into a tuner, which is okay. But neither of these two cards are particularly crazy. Angelica, Princess of Noble Arms. She has noble arms in the name. 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner. Alright, you can only use the first effects this card's name once per turn. So if this card is special summon, you can add one monster that mentions Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles or the Horns of Orifant from your deck to your hand. Well, that's pretty good. Okay. When a card effect is activated that targets this card, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, you can summon one fire monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, banish this card until the end phase, and you can special summon one rolling monster from your deck or extra deck. Oh boy. The specific targeting isn't the greatest effect in the world, but this is a synchro on summon that will get you the ability to toggle for something that mentions either the Horns or Charles, which is also pretty solid. This is a Link one. Oh, it is a Link one. Oh boy, well those are some summoning requirements. 1 level 9 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles equipped with an equip card. Those are the kind of things that you like to see in terms of summoning conditions. So they're basically using this as an alternate mode change, I feel like. If this card is linked, summon target 1 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles in your graveyard. This card's name becomes that monster's original name and replace the effects that mentioned that monster's original effects. Then equip it to this card as an equip card, and that will gain 500 attack. So you're basically, once again, you're mode changing here. Once per turn, when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can send one equipped spell card from your hand or face up to graveyard to negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. I love the idea behind this. This is so cool. We have not had Link 1s that have been used to alternate on mode changes. And I think that this is a very cool idea. I hope that going forward here, Yu-Gi-Oh! Will use this idea, just the ability to convert a boss monster into something else. That is so cool. Next up is the Infernoble Arms Almace? Okay, so you can only use the first effect this card's name once per turn, and only once that turn. So, when this card is equipped to a monster, you can equip one Infernoble equipped spell card from your deck or graveyard to an appropriate monster, except for another copy of this, and then destroy this card. This brings out the other equipper. If this card is sent to the graveyard, because the equipped monster is sent to the graveyard, you target one fire monster that is banished or in your graveyard and add it to your hand. This is pretty good. The fact that you're able to equip out the searcher, and then yeah, this pops itself. They gave the deck 6 searches, which is one of the biggest things that I think we really needed to see here. Next up is the Noble Arms Museum. Wow, they actually converted the field spell for this deck based off of the real life museum. Well, that's really cool. Fire monsters you control gain 500 attack. Once per turn, you pay 1,200 life points. Add 1 Noble Arms from your deck to your hand except for the Noble Arms Museum. That's actually really cool. Once per turn, if you applied this card's second effect, you could target 1 Noble Knight monster card in your spell and trap card zone and special summon it. Also, if you do not control an Emperor Charles at activation, you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for warrior monsters. That's actually solid. Like, this is the kind of support that I've wanted to see for Noble Knights for a very long time. And the fact that they're giving it to us, on like a modern revised effect, that's so good. The field spell is a museum referencing the fact that France alleges it still possesses swords such as the Durandal, while the British do not have any physical evidence of swords like Excalibur. Well, that's kind of cool. Next up is this art, which is it's really kind of cool here, which it looks like an artist actually drawing the art for these. So the epic poem of Charles. You can only use the first effects of this card's name once per turn. Reveal 1 Noble Arms equipped spell card in your hand, and if you do, special summon an Infernoble monster from hand or deck, and then either equip it with the revealed card or send the revealed card to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target 1 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. You control equip it with 1 Noble Knight monster from your hand or deck as an equip card, and give it 500 attack points. That is actually not the craziest effect, but it does give you the ability to get out some equipping. So is this stuff good? I love the museum. This card is super solid in my opinion. I think Almace here is also really good. And the fact that Konami is officially using the Link 1s to effectively create this different mode-changing effect for the boss monsters is incredibly unique. Also, the Angelica here being another level 5 monster that searches. This time it's not a fusion monster, by the way. They're continuing on with that method that they've been using from these other archetypes here. You gotta love copy and pasting. So, look, it's Kit Gallows too, Electric Boogaloo, but I love these cards. They're pretty good. Please, leave a comment down below what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.